We're all on a journey from suffering to well being, but we're focusing on the wrong problem, or more specifically, we're ignoring the right solution. So, whatever you're suffering from, it's usually something in your mind and your emotions: anxiety, fear, depression, pain, regret, guilt, grief, whatever you're suffering from. You're trying to get rid of the suffering. You're trying to get rid of the condition. You're trying to fix it. You're trying to retrain it with discipline or medicate it or get to the root of it and eliminate it. And I'm not necessarily saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that on its own, that is not going to achieve anything, because the real problem, whatever the trauma was, whatever the situation that you grew up in or whatever happened to you to cause this, what it caused was not necessarily the suffering. What it caused was a discomfort with well-being. So you cannot, no matter how hard you try and how brilliant your therapist is, or how, cutting edge your technique is, you cannot end suffering enough to make you able to experience well-being if you are not comfortable with well-being. Let me explain this. Let's say that one day you went for a walk in the woods and you got lost and things got dangerous. You ended up having to spend the night there because you were lost, and you knew that you were walking, or spending the night in a place that was high risk. There were creatures, whatever, wolves, snakes. There was, let's say, snakes. The place was infested with poisonous snakes, and you could not be there. You could not allow yourself to fall asleep because the snakes would attack you. You would be at risk. You even see a snake comes close to you, it threatens your life. You go, oh my God, this is a real threat. And because of the incident, because of the condition and the setting, what do? You don't fall asleep. You don't rest. You don't relax. You don't sit and enjoy what a lovely evening. The stars are beautiful. No, you are, understandably and rightly so, you are on alert. You're hyper vigilant. You're looking around. You're like, okay. I need to keep an eye on the snakes. Okay, we got that. But here's the thing: I need to make sure I don't fall asleep. I need to make sure I don't let my guard down. Morning comes, you can see clearly, you know where you are, you can find your trail, somebody comes, they rescue you, you're done. You go home, back to your nice comfortable house in the city, far far away from the snakes, and you're safe. You are safe from snakes. But what happens is that alarm in your consciousness and what in your mind, in the way your system works, still says, hey, why are you relaxing? Danger. Why don't be well, danger. Don't fall asleep, don't enjoy, don't have fun, don't stop looking around, danger. What works for you in a certain situation, there's nothing wrong with the fact that you got yourself, you became vigilant. You were in danger when you were a child, when you were abused, when your parents were emotionally unstable, whatever, when you were in a really toxic relationship. You did the right thing in being vigilant there, but you're not there anymore. And yes, you do have to fix the emotional scars, the wounds that happened, yes. But if you process every memory and you forgive everything and you learn every theory there is to learn out there and try every spiritual practice, but you do not tell the consciousness to shift back into wellness, that it's okay to be well, that it's okay to be okay, then you will never actually experience wellness. It will be a never ending process because you're trying to fix the wrong thing. It's not the root of why you are not experiencing wellness. You have to get out of the state of consciousness that is vigilant, that is vulnerable, that is in danger. That experience that lasted that one night in the woods became your state, and that state became your identity. And that identity will not allow wellness, because that's a different identity. And it's not, if I say you're not allowing wellness, you say that's such an arrogant, hateful, condescending statement. But it's not meant in that way. It's that you have a system. Your mind is looking out for snakes. Your body is in a fight or flight response to be ready to run from snakes. Your whole system is serving you lovingly, trying to help you. But you, the authority of your system, the I that you are, the consciousness of authority, the consciousness of command, is not telling the system, stand down, we are well. So the tools that are designed to be in service to your identity, to your authority, no longer have instructions from an authority. The last instruction they had was, okay, guys, we need to be super vigilant to make sure we make it through the night. And then something happened. The you that you are, you forgot that you were that you. And instead of I tell my system, protect me for a while, now I tell my system I'm okay, shift to being okay. Instead, I forget that I am that authority, that I am that consciousness, that I am the one that the body and the mind works for. And instead, I reduce myself to a small, scared, broken, little, alone human being listening to my mind and listening to my body. So when my mind says fear, 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 I go, I am anxious. And when my body says tension, no rest, no sleep, no peace, vigilance, no dopamine, no comfort, I go, I am not well. I'm stressed. I'm suffering. I'm suffering. There's a million different words we use to replace the word suffering. But I suppose you could say the problem is manifold. There's the surface problem. The symptom problem is that the patterns that you created, that were created by the trauma of the past, need to be addressed. But the bigger problem, the deeper problem, is that the consciousness, the familiarity and comfort with the state of being well, is no longer being selected or chosen or allowed. And the root cause of all of that is your identity. And this is so easy to misunderstand, because I'm going to say you have forgotten that you are well, and you have become identified with the identity of I am not well. And you're going to hear, oh, she's saying that I'm choosing to not be well. I'm pretending to not be well. She's saying that my suffering is not true. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the true being that you are, the consciousness, the I that is in command of a system, the I that observes, that chooses and directs the mind, body, emotions, and energy to respond to life. The I has dropped the reins. No, that I has not dropped the reins. You no longer feel, you no longer remember that is who you are. You are stuck in a little limited little sliver of consciousness, the smallest little extent of being that you could be. And that little sliver is Mind, how are we today? Body, how are we today? Tell me how to feel. Tell me how to react. Tell me, is this stressing you out? Is this, should I be, what should I do? And there's no, it's not like you're wrong, you're bad for doing that. You just didn't realize it happened. You just didn't realize it happened. You have to go back to your fullness. And what that, how that begins. Like I say, go be your full self. Go now, do it. It's not, you can't, you're like, I don't know what to do. What you have to do is you have to make the choice with your free will and your intention to decide to experience it, to feel, to experience wellness. And that is challenging, especially when you know you're gripped with anxiety and fear and all these things. But make the choice in meditation, or if you can't sit still for meditation, in a walk in nature or whatever makes you feel presence, time with your pet. Choose to say, I'm going to be well for 5 seconds. Everyone can be well for 5 seconds or 1 second, right? I'm not saying my entire life is perfect and I live in bliss all the time. It's fantastic. No, I'm saying right now, I'm going to walk walk down the street here, look at the trees, look at the bird, feel the breeze, and be like, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. And then I'm going to start developing a meditation habit, and I'm going to sit in stillness for a while, and I'm going to realize I'm safe. I'm well. I'm whole. I'm okay. This moment is okay. I'm okay. And when you do that, you give yourself, well, first, what you do is you regain the state of authority, the state of command. I choose what I experience. I choose stillness. I choose where I put my focus. And then you also start to realize, wait, I am not the voice in my mind that says you're not well, danger. And I'm not the little scared person responding to that voice going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, not again, not again. I'm having these thoughts, the thoughts, I can't. You're neither of those. You realize, oh, I'm, I'm well. That's how you are. But what you realize is that you're this bigger thing. You're not a response, you're not a reaction, you're not a thought, you're not an emotion. You're not a plan, you're not a to-do list. You're a being. You're an experience. You're a consciousness. You're an awareness. And then you start to sink back there. And it's like going back home. It's a return to yourself, the return to me. And you sit there and you let go of the tension or the resistance, the discomfort with sitting there. Because that's what anxiety is. It's the discomfort with that. That's what depression is. It's the discomfort with that. And meditation that is the becoming comfortable with that again. So you sit there, you relax in it, you let go of the resistance and the, oh, I don't want to be this way. And you say, it's okay. This is good. This is what I am. This is how I am. And you suddenly realize the full breadth of your being. That's really all I can say in a short video. It would take hours, years for you to fully experience what that means. It means that right now I'm not afraid, I'm not in danger, but it also means I am well, but it also means I am I am flowing. I am the reason why the mind and body exist. They exist in service to my consciousness. I am here. I am experiencing. I I am not impacted by the world, running from the world. I come, I show up, and I occur to the world. The vastness of what that means is unbelievable. And then you realize, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is what I am. And then you everything in life changes. We think that the journey that we're on, the healing journey that we're on, will culminate in, I no longer feel anxiety. Oh my God, it's so much more. It's so much more. It's, I no longer suffer moment to moment from the experiences, in my mind and emotions, anxiety, fear, depression, whatever. But I I feel the fullness of life. I feel purpose. I feel contentment. I feel joy. I feel enthusiasm to be. I feel will to live. I feel excitement. I feel a thrill in being alive. And that is so, so much more than I no longer feel sad. Do what you're doing to heal what you have to heal. But understand that the fullness of the journey is not, I have released this energy, or I have forgiven this person, or I have talked through a traumatic event with a therapist. The fullness of the journey is the return to yourself, the self that you got disconnected from in a moment of horror. The return to yourself. That is the wow. And you deserve that, and you can get that. But to do that alongside your healing and therapy and purging and cleaning and whatever that you're doing with your mind, emotions, and energy, alongside that, you need to allow and surrender to the fullness of your consciousness. And the simplest way to do that is through awareness based meditation, right? So what I mean by that is not a meditation where you're visualizing or working energy or working the breath or anything like that. Just simply a meditation where you allow being. And those are the types that I do. Look on my YouTube channel. All that I teach, all these techniques are there for free. There's a playlist called Guided Meditations. There's a bunch of meditations there. Look in the description section of this video. You'll find a link to my website. On the front page, the home page of the website, at the bottom, scroll to the bottom, there's like 10 meditations. Also free, just these tracks that you can go and listen to. Um, if I had to recommend one, I would recommend the one called Experiencing Being. If you think that one's too long for you, then in the guided meditation playlist on YouTube, there's one called Stillness, or the Experience of Stillness, something like that. It has the word stillness in it. Do that one. That's much shorter. There's one called One Conscious Breath. That's if you really struggle and you're like, I can't be still for more than 2 seconds. Then okay, that one. All you have to do is be still for one breath. Um, there's live guided experiences that I do where if you're struggling to hold, if being well is too scary, be well in my presence, and I will say, you're okay. It's okay. I won't let anything happen to you. You go ahead and be well. I'm here. I'm well with you. I do that also. That's called the pause. I have, just try it. Try it. I don't want you to think that I'm saying that my technique is the only one that works. Find something that works and allow yourself to remember what it feels like to be well. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.